So we're going to take a look at the start of the Kalina scenario today, where we've got Zlata, who's good for morale in the house, Emilia, who's not good for very much really, backpack of 10, weak combat skills, not very good at guarding the house, so a bit of a weak team really. So we're going to have a choice about who goes out the house and who doesn't. Now she has a backpack of 12. She has a backpack of 10, so it makes more sense to leave her at home, but then she's no good at guarding the house, and I'm not sure she's that much better, but I think she is better. But we're going to go with that choice anyway, so she's going to be out of the house every day, which means we're going to be weak in terms of house defense, and we're just going to have to deal with that. So let's get going anyway. So first thing she can do is pick this up, I think. She can pick that up. So Kalina can also go pick up some piles as well. Now I want to get her digging just so I can forget about her. So we've got enough for Zlata to go build some stuff now, so we'll do that. To keep track of everybody here. Kalina can pick that up. Alright, so metal station. Pretty standard opening really. Because we need a crowbar, we've got a lot of things to open up. We're not going to have enough lockpicks, and we want to keep the lockpicks for the looting runs. So that's the last thing Kalina can do. She can't force this. If she does, she gets the So Kalina is sad, and she needs a chat a day. So we're going to have to decide which one of these characters we want her to bond with, because we just chat with that character every day. Now Zlata's got the higher empathy, so she's going to bond with Zlata much faster than she does with Emilia. The person she bonds with she can sleep with in the same bed, but that's not really that important in this scenario, so I'm just going to get her to bond with Zlata. I think it helps with the child's morale, I'm not sure, but okay, I'm just going to build a bed first. We're going to need one bed, and we can make do with one bed throughout this entire scenario until somebody else joins the house, that is. Okay, looks like Emilia's done. I want Kalina to stay down here because I want her to have her chat as soon as the bed's up. She can do this. Okay, so I'll get these two talking now. So that's her chat out the way. Now, with a chat and playing 2 times, that should get her to a non-sad status. So I'll be back when one of them's finished. So Zlata's done with her playing with Kalina. Now Kalina should lose her sad status once she's played on these 2 toys. I'm going to go for this one because I think there's a med back here, and I think we've got enough time to do it today. So I'll be back when Emilia's finished. Meantime, I'll just keep her playing. Okay, so Emilia's done. Now, Kalina lost her sad status when she finished playing on this toy, and then I moved her up to here. So she's no longer sad. You always get 2 characters sick at the beginning of this scenario. And I don't know if they made a global change or if it's just this scenario where the sicknesses seem to be really pervasive. So if you don't take meds, they stay slightly sick. They just don't seem to get better, even though we're nowhere near winter and it's a reasonable temperature. And not only that, but if you take the weaker meds, you only seem to get something like a 50-50 chance of making the sickness better. And if you don't take meds at all, then by about days 5 or 6, one of them's going to drop to sick. Oops, just keep her busy. Which kind of forces you to use the stronger meds. early on in the game, which is a shame because they're really useful for trading, but I don't see any other choice in this scenario. So as soon as we find meds, we're going to med up the sick ones from day 2 or whenever we've got time, because I don't think we've got time today. All we really need is a lockpick or 2 tonight, which we've now got. So we won't be able to get through the whole house today, but that's not important. It's not even that essential we get the lockpicks, it's just useful when it comes to the raiding run, because whatever map we get, we're likely to need a lockpick or 2 for the first looting run, but we've got one, so alright, so back when one of these is finished. Okay, Zlata's done first, so we're coming up to the end of the day here. I think there's usually a med in either this one or this one. We're gonna have time? Nope. Okay, we'll find out tomorrow. Okay, so we got this map. Semi-detached house, self-fitted ruins. So that's the Bazina one. Now that's no good unless you've got 2 lockpicks. Sorry, 2 saw blades, because you can't get to where everything is without them. In fact, you can't really get anything there at all. Decrepit's got good and bad. It's got a lot of wood, a lot of components, not much else. So there are no meds there. There's one locked cabinet that doesn't seem to have a lot of good stuff in most of the time. There's also a saw-bladed place which also doesn't seem worthwhile. But you tend to get a lot of parts there, and I think depending on the run you could get a lot of sugar for trading as well. But that's safe. And you got the guy there as well. If you give him a piece of meat, he rewards you with a diamond and was it diamond and a bottle of booze, I think. So we're going to go here. Now, okay, she can sleep in the bed. She can sleep on the floor. So we will get meds here, and we just need to find. We need 2 lockpicks. Now we've only got 1, which is fine. So we'll do that. Okay, so we'll just start picking everything up. So what I always do with this scenario, and there's no right place to make a centralized pile, but I just put everything in the fridge here because it's reasonably central. So you get to use 1 lockpick down here, and you use a lockpick here. You got to dig through a pile down here, and you can do both piles in one night. You've got time. So all we're going to do is run around here and pick up all the piles and put everything in the fridge down here. Now these things you need to be careful, because sometimes they can unlock things. I don't think... Sometimes in this scenario you get one here which unlocks a gun in the garden. So they're always worth just reading, just in case. This one doesn't do anything, but sometimes they do. So anyway, all I'm going to do is run around, pick up every single pile I can see, stick it in the fridge here, and also dig into these piles here as far as I can, and I'll see you when I've done all that and I've got everything into the fridge. Okay, 2:50, 3 o'clock, and we're almost done. So we just completed this pile here, and this is what we get behind it. So if you're looking for parts or electrical parts or gun parts, then that becomes worthwhile. So I didn't finish this pile here. I guess we've got time to, so I'll do that. Okay, so she's done. I'll be back with a lockpick for that later on. What have we got? 340. So I'll pick up the rest of that other pile later as well. Now, this scenario is quite specific, so just looking at what we've got from this entire run, this is going to be useful for trade later on, but Franco's not going to come till early as day 3, I think. He can come as late as day 8 in this scenario, which can be inconvenient. So we've got some parts. Now that's going to be good for trade when the time comes. We're going to need this eventually. 3 gun parts, that could be important. 4 electrical, 2 teddy bear. Okay. Now, what we definitely need, we have to get 2 boards up, because as I mentioned, Emilia is really weak defending the house, and to get 2 boards up, we need 4 stacks of components and the rest wood for tonight. And then we can get 2 boards up once we've completed digging all the piles in the house. So day 2, we should see that Emilia slept poorly, but otherwise no attacks or anything, because we don't get attacks on night 1 in this scenario. Okay, so I think Emilia can get going there. Now, first thing we want to do is just get the chat out of the way, because they have to chat every day to get bonded, and also keeps Emilia happy. Sorry, keeps Kalina happy. And get her digging there and back when the first one's finished. Alright, so Kalina's just finished having her chat, so she can play, but she's not sad anyway, so we're good. So let's get Zlata down here, see what's in this pile. She's also got to finish this one here. We're going to find one more lockpick, which is what we need in the shell cottage. Now we should get a visitor. He comes on day 2 or 3, and he brings 3 cans of food, which is pretty useful, because obviously with 3 occupants of the house, that gives our first meal. Now we're going to eat on days 5 at the earliest, which is because day 1 normal, 2, 3 hungry status, days 4 and 5 very hungry status, day 6 starving. So eating on day 5 avoids getting to starving status, which is what we want. So it's kind of on starvation rations, and but we'll up it. We'll increase the eating rate later on in the game. So that's it. We should find a med in here, I think, because we usually find 1 bottle of pills. Yep, there it is, and there's our last lockpick. Okay, so what she can do, I'm going to get her taking the pills. Actually, no, I'm going to get Zlata to give it to the kid. First thing we want to do is upgrade this. Oh no, back, sorry. Getting confused here. Alright, Zlata, I want you to give her the bottle of pills. And we'll get Emilia to do this. Upgrade it, that is. Okay, so she'll be better tomorrow. Should be. Can she play? Yep. Zlata doesn't have anything more to do today, and she needs to be in bed by 3, so we'll get her to bed now. She needs 5 hours sleep. Day into date, and she needs 5 hours sleep to lose her tired status, so as long as she's in bed before 3, she gets her 5 hours. Okay, so now Emilia can get 2 boards in. 1. This is why we brought the 4 stacks of components and the rest wood. It just allows us to get 2 boards in, because we're going to get attacked tonight, and this will avoid any woundings or loss. Now the trouble is, it doesn't protect us from night 3, when I'm guessing that the intensity of the attacks increases. So I'm guessing night 2 attack is low, which means that with 1 guard and 2 boards we're good. But then I'm guessing it goes up to moderate intensity from night 3. I'm not sure, but you can get woundings if it's just Emilia and 2 boards, or even Emilia and 3 boards. So that means once we get our 3 boards up, we need to rush the metal station, because we need a stronger weapon. Right now this counts as a weapon, but that's all we've got. Once she's got a hatchet or a gun, it seems to be enough that 3 boards will avoid any woundings or loss until the crime spree, which hits at around day 10 or 11, by which time we definitely need the door up. So that's our 2nd board done. Now she's got nothing else to do today apart from just unblock this, which is guess not that critical because they can always get around the back, but it's just good to get it out of the way. So let's look at Kalina. She's had her chat. She's on bed, so she'll be better tomorrow. She's not sad. That's about as much as we can do today, so we can end the day there. Alright, now we've got the garage. Okay. That's interesting because we could potentially get a hatchet there early. But then if we do that, we're going to give up a med. Now the can man didn't come, the guy with the 3 cans of food, which means he's going to come on day 3, which means we don't see Franco till day 4. Which means that, let's go back to the shell cottage and just pick up all the tradable materials there. And then do the garage tomorrow, I think. So she's going to have to guard, we're going to get attacked. She can sleep, she should be better tomorrow. We'll put her on meds tomorrow. And shelled cottage, prepare. So we've got that one thing to unlock. So these looting runs are pretty quick now because we've got everything in one pile. So we just need to pick this up. We left a few things here. Just unlock this and we're done. Okay, so we've got another bottle of pills there, which is useful. So here's the benefit of just sticking it all in one pile, because now there's no running around and we can get full stacks, etc. So we need a third board up. I'm not sure if it helps Emilia or not, but it may do. And for that we need 5 wood tonight. So that gives us enough materials. So the rest now, ideally we don't really want to come back here. So it's thinking about trading once Franco comes. So the meds are valuable. We could trade away the food. This is useful. And then the gun parts might play a part, because I'm just thinking if we don't come back here for a while. So we'll do that. So day 3 and we would have been attacked, but I don't think there's ever any damage with 2 boards and Emilia guarding. We were all armed, none of us were wounded, and the attackers didn't steal anything. Okay, so first thing, Emilia goes to sleep, so this is pretty much the routine, and Kalina has her chat. So 7:40, they've finished their chat. So Kalina's not sad, that's a result. So remember, Zlata needs to be in bed by 3. Now I think the can man's going to come today, and he'll give us 3 cans of food, and then we can get our third board up. So back when she's done with that. Okay, so 9:50, she's finished with the third board, and this is the guy who always comes on days 2 or 3 to give us 3 cans of food, which we're going to eat on day 5. I can give you 3 cans, yes. So that's it for the end of the day. All I'm going to do is, she should be up in about an hour, then I'll put her to bed so that she loses her tired status, and then we can end the day right there. Kalina doesn't need any attention, she's not sad or anything, so I'll see you tonight. Okay, and here we are at night time. Now one thing I did do is I put Emilia on meds, the stronger meds that is, because as I think I mentioned, the sickness here is just very pervasive. And it just doesn't seem to go away, and usually gets worse on about days 5, 6 or 7. So anyway, So she's on meds, so she should be better tomorrow. So scavenge, sleep in bed, guard. So we are going to get attacked tonight. We might get damage. So I'm hoping that the guy at the garage has a hatchet. Now what I want to take is that and 2 of these. And that should be enough, because we want a hacksaw to get to the back of the garage. And that should be enough to buy a hacksaw and a hatchet if he has it. So let's see what he's got. First thing first, let's pick up these 2 piles. So we could steal here actually. The morale hit isn't that bad for stealing. And is a viable option. I'm not going to do it, no good reason for it, but it is an option. So that doesn't really help do anything. So I'm just going to make our central pile here, because as we go to the back of the garage we tend to drop down here. So the things that we definitely won't trade are these. He doesn't take them anyway. He does take wood, by the way, but I don't think we need to use that right now. So let's see what he got. We just got to hope he has a hatchet. He does not. Okay. Well, that's the important thing for now. Very generous. So let's just see how much water we can get. 9. I think that's worth it. But what else has he got? Parts can play an important part in this game. Tempted to lose the med, but that's annoying that he doesn't have a hatchet. Okay. Just have to accept it. Well, the water could come in useful. So we can go to the back now. So you can run across the top here, it doesn't bother them. And the back is an allowable area. So if you want to steal, you need a lockpick to get through here. And then you can start stealing from this general area. So basically most of his inventory is down here to be stolen. And I think if you do that you only get a couple of sad statuses to deal with back home. I'm just going to dump everything in here for now. I think there's 2 piles on top of each other here. Yep. Right, so all I'm going to do from now on is just run across the top here, picking up all the piles. There's a... Oops. I'm just going to move everything to... there's one of these things with a magnifying glass here. This doesn't unlock anything. So I'm just going to move everything to this central pile here, and I'll be back when she's finished. Okay, so we picked up all our piles now, which included the ones over here, and it's 2 o'clock. And this is what we've got. Now there's the bandage we brought, of course. I'm tempted to keep these till later, but not take them back now. What we really want to do now is, we wanted that hatchet, so we're going to have to make it. So that's a lot of, that's more components, parts and wood than we can carry, that's for sure. But we're going to need gun parts, and the problem is if Franco comes and he doesn't have gun parts. We've got 3 at home, but that's basically it. So what we can trade with him is, I think we can get rid of that lot. I can't remember if he had gun parts or not. Let's have a look. If he does, we probably want them. It's that one. Yes, he does. Alright, I'd say we need 4, because we've got 3 at home already, so that will make us the hatchet. Now I think, don't know if we can get all this. Yes we can. So what else? Can we get that? Yes we can. That's useful because each of these filters later on costs 3 components. So taking 4 filters, that's effectively like a stack of 12 components there. We don't have to take it now, but later on we will come back here, and these are useful. Really expensive to make in terms of water. We can't get them. So I think just balance it out with water as much as we can do. Okay, there. Well, that's worth it, I think. Now Franco may or may not come tomorrow. If he does, we've now got, and if he does come and he doesn't have the gun parts, we'll be fine. So we don't need the water tonight. We definitely need parts. May as well take 2 stacks. Parts can be blockage in this scenario. I don't think it really matters too much. We can get a woodman coming. I'm just going to take all components and just see where we end up. Okay, so I'm going to cut the episode there. I'm going to be back with 2 more episodes, trying to cover days 4 through 7 and 8 through 12, and then come back for the epilogue at the end of the series. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode, where we'll do days 4 through 7. Thanks and bye.